Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is another, primarily a mail day video, just to look through at some more pickups that I've had in the texturing particularly. So it's a niche video again, probably of no interest to most people, but I'm going to see what I've picked up. I'm waiting on so many cards that haven't arrived. I know it's Christmas and New Year and post is... Well, I don't really understand why post should be delayed, because no one sends Christmas cards like they used to, so it's not like there's a huge heavy load of posts going on across the world. Things are just delayed, and also I'm a little anxious. A lot of stuff I buy on Card Market from European sellers, the number of times things haven't turned up and it's been a real pain. People say they've sent stuff and it just hasn't arrived. So I'm annoyed about certain things that are not turning up and getting anxious. I mean, I'm generally an anxious person anyway. I live my whole life in a state of anxiety, but I'm also anxious. Before I start looking at these, I just want to talk about what's coming up in the next month or so. We've got Prismatic Evolutions. That's making me anxious because it's sounding like it's going to be a very difficult set to get a hold of and expensive. And I'm also really pissed off by this decision by the Pokémon company to do 4 versions of every card. You get the regular card, a reverse, a Pokeball reverse, and a Master Ball reverse. I mean, it's just milking us for, especially people like me who are completist on prints. I was sort of relieved when the full set list came out today because a lot of the cards I thought were going to be in there aren't actually in there, which is sort of a perverse way of looking at it, that I'm thinking, oh, great, there isn't going to be the Volcarona by Arita. I don't have to get that in 4 versions. But actually, I would like 4 versions of that. But so it came down to, I've got a list here of my buys. I'm going to get the Pinsir by Unanori, the Leafeon by Kuromori, the Flareon by Murayama, Suicune by Kuromori, Glaceon by Rika, Espeon by Korea, Sylveon by Minamitake, Screamtail by Murayama, Fluttermane by Kodama, Umbreon by Matazo. Yeah, that's not happening. Miltank by Keisin, Bunyuri by Saito, Furfrou by Keisin, and Akitsu Cypher Maniac, as well as Ceruledge and Dragapult's EXs by Akagi and Unanori. But of the non-EX cards, and Cypher Mania doesn't have a Master Ball, but there are 4 versions of each of those cards that I need for my collections. I'm probably not going to bother with the Umbreons because of the price. I can't imagine the Master Ball Umbreon being affordable. I keep nearly buying the Japanese one, but I don't want to have to pay import duty, so it would have to be bought from someone selling it in the UK, and I haven't found one that I'm really comfortable with. If I went to a card show and I saw it for an affordable price, but I don't go to card shows, so maybe it'll happen at some point in the future. Enough talk. We are 3 minutes into this already, and I haven't even started. So I'm going to whiz through what we've had so far. As I say, I'm waiting for a lot of things, but I'm primarily doing this video just to show you the texturing in 4K of various cards from Terastal Festival. So this is the Master Ball of the Glaceon by Keisin. Very beautiful. If you look at the trees in the background, and should be picking up all the texturing on that. So that's a nice card. Right, so I think I'm getting close to having bought all of the trainer cards for this set, or very nearly. But these stadium cards are really very dramatic. So that's the Jamming Tower. And we've got the Glass Trumpet, which is a tool card, a item card, not a tool card. Just showing you how the texturing makes the card that much more special. And if you look at how they've the fingerprinting, what I call fingerprints, they're not fingerprints, but the texturing through the trumpet is just beautifully done. And also the background just pops because it's not a holo foil in regular. Same with Earthen Vessel. If you look at how the background shifts now that it's a textured holo. Very playable card, of course, in nearly every deck at the moment. We've got the Aegislash here. Nakamura. My eyesight is getting worse and worse by, I would say, the month almost. I'll be blind by this rate. There seem to be print lines along this somehow. Oh no, it's not. It's just the sort of star patterns creating lines. Yeah, it's not print lines. Nice texture. We've got... Oh, no, okay. Well, these are not from... these. So what have I got here? I've got a couple of Atsuya Uki's Tropius cards, spares from the Generation decks, Start decks. Needed 2 Tropius for my Tropius collection, etc. And my Uki collection. Because you only get 1 in the deck, so I needed 2 more. Same with the Unanori Pincer. I think I've got several of these on order as well. So need this for my Unanori collection. The non-holofoil Vileplume by Sekio, because you only got 1 in the deck, and I don't want to open my other sealed deck, so I needed that for my Sekio file, just as another copy of that. Got 1 more copy of this. I've bought quite a few of these. So this is the Arita Volcarona, very beautiful card. I'm assuming we'll get it in English in the next main set in March, I guess. But maybe it won't come with a Master Ball, etc. Got Gemi's Bombardier. I just needed another copy of that for my Gemi collection. And I needed this Cinccino for my Cinccino collection, because I collect all prints of Cinccino. And this is by N. Murikura. There we go. You can read it. I can't because my eyes are so bad. It's these O's and A's in this font they use for the artists. My eyes. So I think it's Morikura. Yes, it is. N. Morikura. So nice card, but I need it primarily for my completism on Cinccino. So we've got a Metazo here of the Noctowl. This has come out in so many different prints in the last year. This is the Master Ball. So you should see the texturing on that, hopefully. We've got Korea doing Drillbur. This is the Master Ball one. I don't think the regular Pokeball one has arrived yet, so I think this is the only one I've got of the hollow ones so far. I have, as I say, got lots and lots of cards on order, and I'll probably do a video as they come in. Probably once every few days I'll collect everything together. But everything seems so slow. I order stuff. I mean, the Japanese sellers quite often don't send stuff for a couple of weeks after you've bought it, and then it takes a couple of weeks to get here. It's really quite frustrating. So this is the Poltergeist regular one by Minami Take. Yeah, okay, this is an special energy card. This is the Mist Energy, I think. So, the texturing's a bit, interesting. I mean, it makes it a dynamic card. The non-holofoil is very boring, but yeah. I've got the Umbreon here. Amazingly cheap. This is not the Master Ball. This is the regular one. Very popular Pokemon. I would say get this if you're interested in investing in a card that will go up in value, because at the moment it's going for between £15 and £20, which is insanely cheap, given how hard it is to pull this card. It's much harder to pull even this card than the SAR, which is selling for £250 or so. And this is less than a tenth of the price of that. And in years to come, will be a chase card for people to catch up with. Maybe not people who are collecting now who will be picking it up, but there will be people coming into the hobby in the next 5-10 years who will think, oh, I want that Umbreon from back then when it was a special variant or whatever. And you look back at something like the Call of Legends Umbreon Reverse, or this card is undervalued at the moment, given that Umbreon is never going to fall out of popularity. So if you've got 20 quid to spare, go get yourself a copy of this now, and in 5-10 years, you could sell it if you really wanted to for a lot more, I think. In fact, get 2 copies now, and then when the price has doubled to 40 quid, sell one of them and you'll have got it for free. So that is the way to do it. But there's the text string on that. Matazo really is an incredible artist. I love how they've done the curtains on this. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful card. Can't afford... I mean, I probably will crack at some point and get the Master Ball, but just is ridiculous. However, it is... You'd have to open something like £10,000 worth of product to pull every Master Ball. So, you know... That's why it's expensive, I guess. But why some Master Balls are worth £5 and that one is worth is a silly word. But people are selling them for either £5 or £250 for the Master Ball of this one. It is crazy. So this is the Master Ball of Poltergeist by Minaminame Take. I mean, this one, I think, was £5. So, yeah. Possibly less, I don't know. I can't remember what I paid for the... I really haven't paid a lot for anything here. I suppose the Glaceon... Yeah, I paid a bit for the Glaceon, but... I've bought several copies of this because I need it for my Moriyama collection and my Ceruledge collection and for my Terastal Festival collection, complete master set. So anyway, whatever. It's worth buying several copies of this because it's very, very cheap and it's a very beautiful card with beautiful text string. And again, same could be said about this one. Korea is just an amazing artist. I said this on the previous time I showed this, that I don't like the texturing in the sky. It's silly. Whoever did the texturing in the sky on this one has rather missed the mark, I think. But the artwork is good, and the texturing on Abra and the grass is just beautiful. Stunning card, very, very cheap. Go get a copy of it. Another Nonori, just another copy of this. I mean, I could buy copies of this all day because it is such a beautiful card. I love the art. I like the card. I like the Pokemon, and it's cheap as anything for a card that is very hard to pull. And any reverses are ridiculously hard to pull. You have to open dozens of boxes to get the one you're after, and then sell it for £1. I would invest in any that you see. If you see them for a reverse of a decent Pokemon for less than £1.50, just buy it. Just buy it. I mean, Pokemon is not going to crash out of existence in the next 10 years unless the whole of society collapses, which is possible, given what's happening this year with political situations, etc., and the environment. But if we're all still here in 10 years and Western society is still thriving, these things are going to be an investment, I think. Certainly an Umbreon or any of the big popular Pokemon. So this is the Briar. Nice artwork, of course. Naoki Saito. Yeah, nice texturing on these cards. I think I'm missing one supporter still. I don't think I think Kieran or someone. I haven't found a copy yet, but I will. I'm just sort of buying 4 or 5 a day. Yeah. So that's not a print line. That's a sort of sort of washing line in the background. I don't know. This is Crispin, obviously. Such an annoying card when your opponent can suddenly power up all sorts of Pokemon now in a turn that you had hoped they wouldn't be able to, and then suddenly out of nowhere they Crispin and their Dragapult is online and live to go. So what is this? This is Koiki Saito's Pheasantipity, just the regular Pokeball. Yep. And last card for today is another Koiki Saito. It's the Iron Moth. So seems an appropriate one to end on, given I am known for my fascination with moths, a lifelong study of them in my entomology. Yeah, so lovely texturing on that. These really are prime versions of all the cards, and yeah, I am heading towards completing the set of at least the not the Master Balls. I won't complete Master Balls, but the Pokeballs. So that's today's video of little interest to anyone but me.